We've got a new nonpartisan analysis here that illustrates the damaging consequences of the tax and spending bill passed by House Republicans, a bill that is now with the Senate, and this analysis focuses on food assistance, specifically the fact that 3.2 million people will lose food assistance benefits under the new plan. This comes from the Congressional Budget Office, and it's a direct response to a request from two Democrats, both from Minnesota, Senator Amy Klobuchar and Representative Angie Craig. Reading here from this summary by the Wisconsin Examiner, quote, a provision in the bill to tighten work requirements, including by excluding single parents of children older than 6 and by raising the age of adults to whom the work requirement apply of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, would result in 3.2 million people losing access to the program in an average month, the CPO report said. Of those, 1.4 million would be people who currently have a state waiver from work requirements that would be disallowed under the bill, and 800,000 would be adults who live with children 7 or older, the report said. Remember that SNAP already has work requirements, so they're changing the work requirements that already exist to make them even more strict. And remember that the scientific consensus, the research shows on work requirements, that they do not increase labor participation. They're simply a hurdle, causing people to lose necessary benefits that ensure they can eat, that maintain their health care, as is the case with Medicaid. And the work requirements Republicans are trying to force on Medicaid, despite such potent examples of absolute failures in Medicaid work requirements in programs like Georgia, in Arkansas, for example. I've been happy to see a unified front from Democrats in opposition to the Republican bill. And based on this analysis from the Congressional Budget Office, Senator Amy Klobuchar is quoted here. Quote, Klobuchar, in a statement after the House passage Thursday, blasted the House bill and indicated she would oppose efforts to cut SNAP benefits. Quote, House Republicans are pulling the rug out from under millions of families by taking away federal assistance to put food on the table, she said. Quote, they're doing that even as President Trump's tariff taxes raise food prices by more than $200 for the average family, all to fund more tax breaks for the wealthy. That's so very wrong, and we will fight against it in the Senate. And again, this is why we need to be pushing our elected officials. This should be something that prompts you to pick up the phone. They should hear from you when they do the right thing so that they can feel rewarded. And they should hear from you when they do the wrong thing so they know what they're doing wrong. It may feel hopeless, especially if you live in a red state, but this is where organizing comes in. And I want to leave you with this visual from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. They are constantly doing exceptional work, especially with their visual aids, graphs, charts. Look at this one in their recent summary of the impact of this bill. They write, quote, the harsh cuts in food assistance and Medicaid and marketplace coverage are roughly equal in size to the bill's tax cuts for people with incomes above $500,000. And you can see that laid out there with $800 billion in cuts for Medicaid and $300 billion in cuts for SNAP in order to pay for the $1.1 trillion in tax cuts for people who make more than $500,000 a year. Absolutely sickening. A chart that should be front and center everywhere you look. Share it with your friends, share it with someone who needs to hear the message, and let me know what you think of all this in the comments, or by heading to my YouTube channel and leaving a comment there. You can find me on YouTube by searching my name, Brittany Page. I would love to see you there.
After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what The Echo Machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get the Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out the Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.